Welcome back to the Magic Hours. I am Zoe Flowers, and this is your reading for the full moon in Virgo. 5 things you should know. So the first thing I want to know, so the full moon is happening in the sign of Virgo on Saturday, the 24th. So the first thing I want to know is since it's in Virgo, when I think about Virgo, I think about order. When I think about Libra, I think about refining the things that perhaps you brought some order to, or you need to put some order to. That's kind of the way I think about it. But I'm curious about specifically what astrological house this full moon will be bringing order to, and then I'll talk a little bit about that house. So, Spirit, what astrological house is this Virgo full moon going to be bringing order to or highlighting for the people who watch this video? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be freaking kidding me. So, it's the sixth house. It's the freaking sixth house. Virgo is associated with the sixth house. So wow. So yeah. Spirit's like, I'm putting my stuff in order. So Virgo has to do with daily routines. It has to do with health. It can also do with pets, right? But the things we do every day, the things we do every day to enliven ourselves is what I'm hearing. And so we are going to have an extreme focus on this for this full moon. So we are still at the top of the year. We're very close to the spring equinox. So for some of us, that's the actual really beginning of the new year. But there is something about this full moon is a great time to maybe look over if you set intentions, if you did resolutions. I mean, I don't know if people are really doing resolutions anymore, but it would be a good time to look at those resolutions. It's so interesting that this came out because this is always like a vacation for me out of my charms. But this was a good time to really look at the intentions you set and the resolutions you set and really determine if they really make sense. If there's something that you can actually accomplish, or if there were some steps you missed along the way. Okay. What is this full moon going to be teaching? So I said enliven, and look at this. We got enlightenment. In what area of life are we looking at for enlightenment? Using these dice a lot. So we got the Cancer here. So enlightenment about your feelings, enlightenment about your thoughts, and perhaps it's not Aries, but it's how you feel about your health, how you feel about your health, how you connect or disconnect from the body, how your emotions affect your daily routines. How your emotions, or lack thereof, I'm hearing, impact your daily routines. This full moon is going to provide enlightenment, and I'm hearing information on that. And a good exercise is to actually ask your guides, write it down on paper, and ask, how are my emotions impacting my daily routines? How are my emotions fluctuating. So then that means my daily routine fluctuates. That is one thing, okay? And that feels very Virgo, right? Because the more that they can get a handle on the emotions, the more that they can make the changes is what I'm hearing. What else is this? What is the third thing that this full moon is going to be revealing is what I'm hearing. And people don't know. People think about Virgo as the Virgin, but Virgo is also the house of the witch. So it's also like, how do you feel about your ability to shapeshift, to change, to move energy? My God, I just said the witch, and we got amethyst. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Wow. 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 And that takes me back to that Cancerian energy, that emotional energy. This is a full moon to open up. This is a full moon to not be so focused on structure per se, but more about, again, how we feel about ourselves. Are we hampering ourselves from moving forward? Are our beliefs, our thoughts, our ideas, have we gone into agreement with other people about who and what we are? And those agreements taking us off our path a little bit. Fourth thing. Okay. Huh. Interesting. So full moons are a time of culmination. Full times are a time of release. So releasing, but I'm not going to say what I think needs to be released. Let's ask the cards. What needs to be released? What needs to be released? That's too many cards. I can't. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this. Okay, should I keep this? Oh yeah, I'll keep that too because that's important. Okay, so what needs to be released? So first of all, we got new beginnings, clarity, breakthrough, truth, authority. We love that with the Ace of Wands, right? So in order to step into that, what needs to be released? So we have the Four of Cups in reverse. And so this can be, when it's in reverse, it can be about depression. It can be, but what's good is it's about having clarity and having a sense of awareness. So if there was a lack of clarity, holy shit, this is two cards that both have clarity. Oh my God. So lack of clarity. And then we have this 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And so, you know, I feel like when this is in reverse, it's about like family breaking apart and family issues. When it's in the upright, it's about like legacy building and having your ducks in a row and, you know, again, building and creating things that are going to last, because that's what Pentacles are about. With this in reverse, this coupled with this Cancerian energy, with these emotions and these feelings, I feel like this is shame, releasing shame. And maybe releasing shame around 6th house things, because Virgo can be quite critical of the self, of the situation, of others. And Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury also rules Gemini, right? And so Mercury is really good at drilling into things, drilling down, looking at the finer details. That's why Virgos are really good at that, right? Really good at proofreaders, at proofreading and things. But perhaps we've been drilling down too much on things that were set in motion before we even got here, before we even incarnated, like family disputes. And so because we started with the 6th house, daily routines, because then we went to this Cancerian energy about emotions, and now we've got this 10 of Pentacles in reverse, it also feels like, because this is also about fleeting success. So it's like the way we feel about ourselves is impacting our daily activities. We know that the things we do every day become our character, and then our character becomes our life, right? It becomes our personality, it becomes our life. And so this full moon is inviting us to connect those dots and put all those things together. Where those drop downs are, where our mainframe, so to speak, where our operating system, so to speak, needs to be upgraded. Yeah. So let's meditate on that, right? And ask Spirit to show us. We probably already know. We have a hint here. A lot of it is intuition. But we can ask Spirit to show us explicitly what needs to be updated and upgraded. And now, dun, 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 last message. One, two, three, four, five. So we've got the 5 things to know, but let's get our message, our rune message for this lunation, because this Cancerian full moon will be with us. We can work with this energy for the next 6 months. It's just better to work with the new moon and the full moon in 6-month intervals, because then we're in constant communication. We're in constant work with the moon, and so that our manifestations stick. So what is our runic message for this lunation? Oh, wow. Word? So this is a new deck, so I will be reading. So we got, which I think it's pronounced Fehu. No, that's not Fehu. That sure isn't. It's Anzuz. And let's make sure we're pronouncing it properly. In the oneness, a stirring was felt. A message was gifted. A small voice spoke out. A wish to be, to live, to see, to breathe. This book has poetry with each one of the things. Anzuz. I think I said it right. Mouth or God. Life opens its mouth to speak. Symbolism, breath, speech, communication, chanting, language. Norwegian rune poem. River mouth is the way of most journeys, but a scarab of words. Scabards of words. I don't know what that means. Upright. Like words riding on the wind, finding homes in our pages, and Soons is the rune of language in its many forms. Now that's interesting, right? Because Mercury has to do with communication. And today is Wednesday, Mercury Day. In the story of the runes, Thury says brought chaotic power and the boundary between humans and cosmic forces. Anzuz creates order from that chaos and power. I just got so stunned because, wow, Virgo. Anzuz is also associated with Odin, who gave the gift of breath, and Galder, a type of magical chanting and incantation within Norse shamanic practices. We find individuation within this rune. The undefined forces that came before Anzuz are now finding words, expressions, and identity. It is where sovereignty is claimed, where we can speak what is true for ourselves and witness it in one another. We meet Anzuz in our own lives when we give voice to our feelings, when we take the emotional forces, come on, Cancer, the overwhelm and the chaos found in Thurias, which is the one that came before, the rune that came before this one, and allow them to move through us. There is creativity and mental power found within Anzuz as well. When we think about language and expression, we are taking abstract feelings and putting words to them, bringing them out into the world. It is incredibly powerful to give form to the shapeless. And of course, Anzuz is ever present in our lives because it is the breath. Consider being a bit more aware and truly noticing what passes in and through you, what lives inside and moves outward? What lives inside and moves outward? That is the question for us. What is living inside? Cancerian energy. What is living inside that we are bringing forward that we need to put some order around? That is what this full moon in Virgo is asking us to consider. And yeah, let's do it. And maybe even creating some kind of incantation or doing some kind of chanting to release, to bring that energy up and out, I believe will be very helpful. That is what I have for you, and I will see you next time. Bye.